Hey guys, Logan here. Welcome back to another interview. Today we are going to be interviewing Pyro Polo, who made the game Sky Marshal. The status is release. The platforms are HTML5. The author name is paiorlolo. The genre is shooter, and it's made with Godot. So pretty much in this game, you're a marshal, which is your job, and your goal is to guide the planes to shoot the enemies who are trying to attack you. So the plane is pretty much your teammate. I like the game because it's challenging and it may teach you how to be a marshal one day. So, with this interview, it's a little bit confusing to do because with this interview, it's like this little box, right? And pretty much in order to contact them, I have to type in the password with that box and I have to use that to contact them. So, I'm going to do that now, and then once I'm good, uh, give get an okay for the interview, we'll get started. See you then. Alright, guys, I got the device figured out, and luckily, they are definitely okay with me interviewing them. Their actual name is paiorlolo, so that's why they chose that for the author name. But they're okay with me calling them Pio for the sake of this interview. So, let's get started and ask them the questions. All right, man, can you hear me? Are you ready for the interview?
Yup, I can hear you clearly. I'm ready for the interview. Let's do it.
All right, my first question for you is your username in the game is Pio Lolo. Why did you choose that for your user slash author name?
When I started making the game, I wanted to have a short name that was easy to remember. I also wanted something that would be unique. Piololo was a combination of two words that I liked, Pio and Lolo. Piololo just sounded like a cool name to me, so that's what I went with.
The genre of the game is shooter. How and why did you choose genre for the game?
I was always interested in shooter games, so that was the genre I wanted to make for my game. I wanted to create a fast-paced and exciting experience for players. I also thought that the shooter genre was the most fitting for the type of game I wanted to make. The game's graphics and gameplay are also heavily inspired by popular shooter games like Counter-Strike, Fortnite, which I really enjoy playing.
I was going through the information before we started this interview, and I saw you made the game with Godot. Godot. Do you normally use Godot, Godot, to make your interviews? Make your games?
Yes, I use Godot, to make my games. It's a game engine that's designed specifically for making shooter games. It's easy to use and allows me to create high quality graphics and gameplay quickly.
The main character in the game has a job as a marshal. And I actually forgot to ask you a question before that. The title of the game is Sky Marshal. Why did you choose that for the title?
The title of the game, Sky Marshal, is a reference to the main character's job as a marshal. Marshal is a term that's used to describe a law enforcement officer who is in charge of maintaining peace and order in a given area. In this case, the main character is a marshal who is responsible for protecting the skies from criminals. I wanted the title of the game to reflect the character's role in the game and the game's setting.
What is the name of the main character in the game? And why did you choose that name for the character?
The main character in the game is called Max. The name Max is a popular name that I thought would fit the character well. I wanted a name that sounded masculine and strong, but also friendly and approachable. Max is a name that's easy to remember, and it has a cool connotation.
What does the white plane, plane, represent in the game?
The white plane is a reference to the fact that the main character's plane is white. The white plane is a symbol of his identity as a marshal. It's a reminder that he is responsible for protecting the skies from criminals. The white plane is also a visual reminder of the fact that Max is a peaceful and noble character.
What does the orange plane, plane, represent?
The orange plane, is a symbol of the main character's determination and commitment to his mission. The orange color is a symbol of bravery and courage. It's a visual reminder of the fact that Max is willing to risk his life for the sake of protecting the skies.
What does the black plane, plane, represent?
The black plane represents the dark side of the character. It's a reminder of his past and the trauma that he has endured. The dark plane is also a visual reminder of the fact that Max has a deep and complicated personality.
So, why did you choose the white plane to be the marshal's teammate, while you chose the orange and black planes to be the enemy for the marshal?
I wanted the white plane to be the marshal's teammate because it's a symbol of peace and justice. The white plane is also a reminder of the character's noble nature and his commitment to protecting the skies from criminals. As for the enemy planes, the orange and black planes represent the evil and darkness that is present in the world. The orange plane is a symbol of bravery and courage, while the black plane is a symbol of darkness and malice.
What does the clouds represent in the game?
The clouds in the game represent the atmosphere and environment. They are a visual representation of the setting and the atmosphere of the game. They also provide a visual representation of the passage of time. The clouds change and move over the course of the game, reflecting the changing environment and the passage of time.
What do the cones represent in the game? Why are they flying in the air? And why are they trying to attack the white plane?
The cones represent the enemy planes. They are flying in the air because that's the game's setting and where the game takes place. As for why the cones are attacking the white plane, they are trying to destroy the white plane because it represents the character's mission and identity as a marshal. The cones are also a visual representation of the conflict and the struggle between good and evil.
The most important question about an interview when you're doing game topics is why you made the game in the first place. So, why did you make the game?
I made the game because I wanted to create something that was unique and different from other shooter games. I wanted to make a game that was fun and engaging, but also had a deeper meaning. I also wanted to create a game that was accessible and enjoyable for everyone. My goal was to create a game that was entertaining, challenging, and thought-provoking.
Is there anyone that you want to credit that helped you make the game or inspired you to make the game?
I would like to credit my family and friends for their support and encouragement throughout the process of making the game. They were always there to provide feedback and advice, which was invaluable in helping me create the game. I also want to credit the game's players for their support and enthusiasm. Their positive feedback and comments were a great motivation for me to keep going and to improve the game.
Is there anything that you want to add that I have not said yet?
I think that's it for the questions. I just want to say thank you for having this interview with me and giving me the opportunity to talk about my game. I hope that the interview was informative and interesting for you.
Thank you for doing the interview with me.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure talking to you.
And I want to thank you guys for doing the interview with me. This game is honestly a pretty fun game because one, it's challenging. You have to move your hands with the little lightsaber things, whatever you call them, and you have to move them, and in order to move the plane, in order for it to shoot the enemies. And I like it because it's a way to also a way if like you want to be a marshal in the future. While that's not exactly what you would do, it'll at least give you the premise of being a marshal. So it's also kind of has like a moral with it too. So I think that's going to do it with today's interview. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, I think that's going to do it for today. I'm going to let y'all go for the night, unless if I have an IS interview I'm going to do. But that's going to be it for right now. Have a good day. See you later. Goodbye.